Axel Pawlik giving the RIPE NCC update. Right button.
Another one talking about the organization and what it's doing. Good afternoon. Hello. I'm Axel Pawlik. I'm the Managing Director of the RIPE NCC, as you probably have figured out by now. Basically, a bit of a set of highlights of what we're doing this year, what we are thinking of, and why we are doing those things. I'll just go through them one by one. So it shouldn't be a big surprise to anybody that our main focus, as it's of the core part of the business life of the RIPE NCC, is to maintain a strong, secure, accurate registry. That's what we are most visibly doing. Also, generally, I think it's a good idea to enhance ARIA stability through good governance and accountability, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on. Pursuing efficiency through streamlined internal processes and automation, doing more things and make it more efficient and cheaper. And to engage with our members, obviously, we need to know what we are supposed to do, so we need to talk to our members and the wider RIPE community, as well as those are the guys similar to you who are making the policies. Also to governments, because they govern us in some different way, and also to regulators for similar reasons. Oh my God. We started this year with 15,003 or 15,005 members, and yeah, more than 200 every month come. If you look at the graph, it's a left curve. It's a bit concerning, but well, we'll see how long that goes on like that. It's good. More people paying money makes it cheaper for everyone. Yes, we have moved. Those of you who have been to the old offices on Singel, the innermost canal ring in Amsterdam, remember this very cute building that looks like nothing from the outside, and then you get lost in eternal hallways in there. That led to the fact that we barely saw each other anymore, and occasionally we would find a parched skeleton somewhere in a corner, a guest who couldn't find out anymore. That starts to smell also, so we had to move. Now we are in a building that is adjacent to the central station in Amsterdam, so very, very central. Good communications links, good transport links as well. It's old on the outside, and on the inside you see it's fairly new. Also nice old beams there, those steel beams. That's all quite fancy. The idea is that we can see each other and communicate with each other, that we find the skeletons quickly and throw them out into the canals. We have 2.5 floors. You see the topmost floors. There's a hole in the top floor, so let lights in, and it's good for communication. We have a barista. People said, oh, we'll have a barista and a receptionist, and then the people will be standing there in a queue and talk to each other. And I thought, yeah, they all want a coffee. No, it works. It works amazingly well. Also, he does tea. So things that we should be doing, like I said, we hear that from our members and from the wider community, to ensure that we know what it is really, instead of guessing. We do regular surveys. We do them every 3 years by now. So roughly in sort of sync with APNIC as well, who do similar things. This time, last year, we had 4,300 and a couple of people responding to that from over 100 countries. Our service region is, I think, 76, so that's not too bad. The good thing is that we were not shocked to see the results. Generally, people say, yeah, you're doing sort of roughly what we want you to do, and you do it rather well. So that's nice, of course. But other things that we see sort of hidden in there a little bit are that we are doing many more things that people never heard about and don't understand. So that's something that we need to focus on beyond sort of the allocation of numbers that people should know and maybe use. The results of the survey were done by the whole survey was sort of looked at by a neutral third party, again the Oxford Internet Institute. We used the report to identify ourselves the top 40 major findings, and then said what we wanted to do about that. And we have a nice format there on the website. It's publicly available, and it changes over time even when we get to do things, which is good. Right. Another thing that we have seen over the last couple of years as we progress, for instance, with IPv6 allocations and arguments with the German government and other governments as well about allocations, is that it would be really, really good if we would talk to them before they have all the IPv6 plans finished. So this is IPv6 program for governments. It's a one-day sort of event, training course in a way, to tell them how this is done from our side, how to interact with us, what the policies are, what maybe other governments are doing, who the other governments are that they could also talk to when they come to RIPE meetings and around those as well. That's been quite successful and popular. Talking about external relationships to people without, not really outside of our community, but sort of on the fringes a little bit. We are talking about all sorts of people, with all sorts of people. We are coordinating, we're doing things together, and occasionally we are being asked, why are you talking to the ITU still? Or why are you talking to Europol? And what are you doing there? So we have said that we would also, in the vein of sort of increasing our transparency and accountability, to document that a little bit more clearly than what we've done before. So basically in the form of MOUs where that is appropriate, and is basically to document and also just to show others that we are open to communication, to cooperation, coordination with other organizations to benefit our members in our community. So talking, I mentioned Europol. We have a long-standing relationship with them, and earlier this year we went actually there and signed this relatively benign high-level MOU saying, yeah, we want to work together, not for the benefit of our various communities. Also, we do all sorts of training courses for law enforcement in now Ukraine, Belarus is on the slide. We've done others before. Also, those things are popular, especially in that they show law enforcement folks how to use the publicly available tools, how to get their information needs satisfied without having to go to the RIPE NCC and asking for things. That works relatively well. We also have, and that's another positive thing, an incoming policy proposal. Well, we'll see when it comes and when it's there. Again, similar to what you've seen the other day here, yesterday, focusing on accuracy of the RIPE database and how to increase that and how to sort of make sure that we're doing all the right things. So looking forward to that. Regional presence, we now obviously have an office in Amsterdam. We have all the big RIPE meetings that happen twice a year, but also we do other things. We go into the regions. We have regional meetings, community events, member lunches, making sure that wherever possible we talk to our members in the regions that are not as well visited as sort of, let's say, Western Europe. The Network Operators Group in various countries, smaller countries, tucked away countries we go to and generally are quite well received, people like us coming there. Of course, we have the larger operators group, ENOC, MENOC, and Southeastern Europe communities there. That is something that we continue to support. And those things have grown quite successfully and have a life of their own, and it's really nice to see. As we go around, we also want to, if possible, find the government wherever and whoever they are and talk to them again about what we are doing, what they see us doing, and how the world really runs, and how what we are doing and what our members in their region is doing is good for their economies and the like. So, but talk about all that type of thing. So to be able to do that, our board has asked us last year to focus on this work some more, get some more people in to enhance our teams within the regions. Most of the people are in Amsterdam. We have 2 people sitting in Moscow. We have a small office in Dubai, and now we'll add to the region there as well. And that was me. Was it me? Okay. Fellowship program. Yes, it's great to have well-running, growing RIPE community. But again, we see, similar to here, the same faces rather frequently. Then we go to other sort of other local areas, and we see a couple of the locals coming, or quite a lot of them. But still, there are people who would find it difficult to attend the RIPE meeting at all for various, mostly maybe financial reasons. So we have now formalized our fellowship program where we get people who will have work or study in sort of related areas, live within the work in the service region of the RIPE NCC, who have a need for financial assistance, and agree to not only come and sit there and look at things, but also go back and tell their colleagues and the local community about what they've done. So we've done that. It's out there, and it's starting to work from now on. I won't talk much about policies. We've heard presentations about that before. Basically, there's a lot of housekeeping still going on, which is lovely, and some sort of adjusting so that things work again smoother and are more easily understood. Lots of discussions around the last little scraps of IPv4, but yeah, that's what we all get. Transfers, lots of transfers. Thank you, incoming from ARIN. That's lovely. Thank you very much. We also send some back, but not as many. So, well, it's statistics. Lots and lots of transfers within our own service region. And here you see 17 is already on the rise there quite nicely. Statistics. Have a look on the online slides. Resource certification, yeah, RPKA, you do that as well in this region. From over there where I work, we have 4,400 and a couple LIRs that have a certificate requested. We have all sorts of ASNs, V4 and V6 prefixes being covered by ROAS. That's lovely. We try to explain quite well what this is and why it might be important that it's being used. It's good to see that all address space, including PI and legacy address space, can be covered. Again, a curve up and to the right and slightly curving to the left, I hope. So 28% of the LIRs have a certificate, are using RPKI in one way or the other. And we do see that quite a number of the larger ISPs and also IXPs are interested in this and ask us to make it better understood, make it smoother, make it nicer. So we have been asked to work on our RPK validator to make it more stable and better to use and with a better design. So we are doing this year as well. That's basically the update from the RIPE NCC for today. As it's April, I think it's April, yes. Next month is May, and that's typically the RIPE meeting month. So if you haven't booked your tickets to Budapest, yes, why not? You should come. It should be great fun. If it's too late for you, and if you haven't known that, then there is another RIPE meeting happening later in the year, adjacent to the ICANN meeting in Abu Dhabi. The RIPE meeting will be just around the corner in Dubai. So you would be welcome to go there as well. And with that, if you have any questions, I'm here.
David Farmer, University of Minnesota, ARIN AC. Could you back up a few slides to the transfers?
Yes.
Keep going. That one.
That one.
There's a number of V6 transfers. Yep. Are those M&A-ish type transfers, or are they just freehold transfers of chunks?
Yes. Andrew? No, is there?
Hi David, Andrew Delahaye, RIPE NCC. Yeah, they're related to transfers of M&As. Okay. I mean, it's V4, which they transfer, and then alongside they take the IPv6 transfers with them.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know your guys' policy terms, but so for V6 you don't have sort of what we call a designated transfer, and that's not representing that. Cool. Just checking.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Anybody else? No? All right. See you in Budapest.